guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about binge eating, how you can stop binge eating and how you can stop craving bad foods, because that is probably the #1 question that I notice that I get every time I do a Q&A, or just in general, even when I'm not doing a Q&A about weight loss. I mean, let's be honest. Who doesn't like junk food or bad food? I mean, I certainly love all that stuff. And I know it's a topic that a lot of you guys wanted me to talk about. So if you want to learn how to not crave junk food, how to not have cravings, and how to stop binging, then just stay tuned for my top tips. So my #1 top tip for sure, which I'm probably going to beat like a dead horse, is don't restrict or diet. When you start restricting or doing an extreme diet, that is when you are most prone to binging, or to overeating, or to craving, basically. And I think that is why I had the big success of never struggling with those issues, because as I always tell you guys, I never cut anything completely out of my diet. You have to look at weight loss as a lifestyle choice. This is how you're going to eat for the rest of your life, and it is basically next to impossible to cut out one food group completely for the rest of your life. What you can do, one tip to combat this, is think of what you can add instead of what you can subtract. So think about foods that you could add into your diet that you don't necessarily eat now, instead of thinking about what you have to take away. One thing that I started incorporating into my diet were nuts, raw nuts, and trail mixes and things like that, and I love nuts. I didn't like nuts before my weight loss, but now I love a good trail mix. So like I said, my first tip, do not restrict. If I can say that again, do not restrict. Hello, do not restrict. I think you got it. Tip #2 is carry snacks with you at all times. Literally all times. Do not leave the house without snacks. That is something that I don't do. You always want to have food with you. I'm someone who likes to eat every 2 hours. It's true what they say about smaller portions every few hours. And that way, when I get hungry, which is inevitable because I mean, hello, then I always have food with me to eat. I have prepared for that, and I'm not going to need to A, waste my money buying something, B, get tempted and start going into cravings and binging, and C, eating everything in sight. No, because I'm already set. Tip #3 is everything in moderation. I am a big fan of saying that you guys can eat whatever it is you want to eat. You can have that ice cream, that cookie, that pasta, those chips, that pizza, as long as you have it in moderation. I am a fan of flexible dieting, and that means that you eat the way that is flexible into macros that work for you. So the way that I eat and the macros that I have calculated, I have a whole macro video that I'll link below for you guys, but that allows me every Friday night to have a pizza, 2 slices of pizza that I make myself, and it does not count as a cheat. If I cut out that Friday pizza night, I probably would have gone stir crazy. It is something I look forward to. If you allow to have everything in moderation, you'll never be missing anything, because you know that if you truly want it, you can have it. You just have to be sensible about how much you have. #4 is more planning. If you plan, you will always succeed. What is that saying? Fail to plan, fail to succeed. Honestly, planning is something that really helped me along my weight loss journey, and I planned via meal prepping. So I would always cook protein, a carb, and some veggies, and I would pre-portion my meals for the week, and I would always bring my meals with me, so my lunch and my dinner. Not only does meal prepping save you a ton of money, because eating at the mall or out is so expensive. I didn't realize until I started losing weight. It will also mean that you never have to binge or crave anything or eat bad foods, because you have a nutritionally dense meal right in front of you at all times. Which brings me to tip #5. Eat nutritionally dense foods. Technically, food is one of those basic needs, and we all have nutrition needs that need to be met in order for us to be satiated and full. So all junk food and craving foods are actually extras in a way. When you eat a nutritionally dense diet with not a lot of processed foods and a lot of whole foods, veggies, fiber, protein, your carbs, as long as you're getting all your food groups, when you eat that way, you will never be hungry or craving, because your body isn't lacking something, which is what can cause cravings, and then that leads to binging. Tip #6 is record your meals. Record everything that passes your lips, good or bad. I don't care if you had 5 Big Macs. Write and log everything down, and at the end of the week, take a look at what you've written down. I promise you, if you are someone who binges and you see the amount of food that you've eaten, stick it up on the wall, and you will see that as a reminder that you know you need to do better. For me, when I first started weight loss, one of the things that I did was write down every single thing that passed my lips, and I could clearly see, okay, that's not so good. Like, I don't want to show this to people. Oh, that's not too good. I had too much of that. It was pretty obvious right in front of my face, and I was like, oh, girl, you cannot be doing that. The next tip is do not stress or strive for perfection. Honestly, nobody is perfect. We are all human. If you have a slip up, remember, you're not perfect, and you don't have to be perfect. Things aren't always going to be 100% perfect. In life, in every aspect of life, we have slip-ups and we make mistakes, and that is not what matters. It does not matter that we dwell on the mistakes. We shouldn't dwell on mistakes, especially when it's about something as silly as food. You have to learn that once you have a setback, it's okay. But what matters is how you treat things after your setback. So you have to pick yourself up, forgive yourself, dust yourself off, and just get back to what you're doing and what you know is good. You can't do anything about what you've done, but you can change what's going to happen to you in the future. And so do not stress and do not think that you have to be perfect 100% of the time, because no one is, I promise you. My next tip is, if you do slip up, do not overcompensate by thinking you have to go extra hard and double your workouts in the gym. That is not what happens. Anyone who goes to the gym knows it takes so long to burn off the calories from something like a simple cookie. So doing like double workouts for extra long time, it's never gonna work. If you have a setback or a slip up, like I said, it's in the past, it's happened. There is nothing you can do. So I do not recommend punishing yourself in the gym. What I recommend is doing your regular workouts. Work out the way that you normally would. You have to move on and pick yourself up for next time. Now, if all this fails and you are still hungry and you are still having those cravings, get sugar-free gum and chew sugar-free gum. The act of chewing tricks your mind into thinking you're not hungry, because you're chewing, you're eating something, but it's only gum. So that chewing mechanism really helps keep cravings at bay. So yeah, guys, those are my best quick tips for how to stop craving junk food, how to stop cravings, and how to stop binge eating. I really hope that you guys try these tips or take at least one or two, and then let me know in the comments how you feel about them or what your favorite tips are to stop avoiding junk food. Most of those tips are what have worked for me, and I promise you guys, when I tell you guys I never really crave anything or I've never really had binging throughout my weight loss, I am being deadly serious. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!